Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a very hotly debated topic, that is cannabis and sleep. So we get a lot of questions about this, and about 2 weeks ago there was a fantastic paper that was published. It was a review on kind of the scientific research around cannabis, and when we say cannabis, that's really too broad. We need to narrow it down to THC, which is, psychoactive, and CBD, which is not psychoactive, and there's a whole bunch of other cannabinoids, but we're just gonna focus on those. So we'll link to this article at the bottom of the video. There's a couple other pretty good research articles we'll link to there as well. So here's kind of the takeaway. THC, we'll talk about that first. That is the one that is psychoactive. In the short term, it definitely helps you to fall asleep faster, and it increases total sleep time. However, there is a dark side, and that is that it disrupts your REM sleep. So REM is where you dream, it's where you consolidate and make new memories. It's a very important part of your sleep, and it disrupts that, it shortens it. So that's a bit of a problem. And then interestingly, if you use cannabis long term, those same effects, well, the effects of helping you fall asleep faster and sleeping longer, those actually reverse and go in the opposite direction. So there's kind of like a tolerance effect, where with long-term use, your total sleep duration is less, and it actually takes you longer to fall asleep, and it still messes up your REM sleep. So doesn't look like THC is really a great long-term solution for sleep. And if we want to just add a little fuel to the fire, so to speak, animal studies and some human studies, again, one we're linking at the bottom here, have shown that THC actually shrinks, there's an association, that's the way to say it, of less gray matter in the brain with long-term use of THC. Gray matter is the part of your brain that is functioning, where you're thinking, where you're storing memories. That's not a good thing. And that seems especially prevalent with heavy, chronic, long-term use, and especially if you started using as a teenager. Now let's talk about CBD, which is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid. The research on CBD, at least at this stage, seems to show that it does not disrupt REM sleep like THC does, so that seems to be a plus. And it also seems to help with insomnia. And when I say seems to, the data is not entirely clear. We still need more research, but it definitely is going that direction. It looks promising, can help with insomnia, decrease the time it takes to fall asleep, all of that kind of stuff. And it's also can be helpful for reducing stress and anxiety. So if you're someone that's anxious, have a lot of stress, especially before bedtime, maybe that could be a good fit. One of the downsides is, since we're so early on in the research, we don't really know what the optimal dose is, and there's probably a U-shaped curve where at too low of a dose, it doesn't work. At too high of a dose, you get a lot of side effects, and there's probably this kind of Goldilocks zone in the middle. Don't know exactly what that is. And also, in terms of long-term data, we still don't have a ton of that. So I guess if I could kind of summarize the whole THC CBD thing, THC, there definitely are some uses, epilepsy, nausea associated with chemotherapy, appetite, so there's definitely some uses. In terms of sleep and long-term cognitive function, I think based on the current research, you just can't make an argument that it's good for sleep. It really seems to point in the opposite direction. CBD, on the other hand, is leaning like it could be a potential good compound to use for sleep, so we just need to wait for more research on that. So anyways, hope that was helpful and that you guys have enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll link to these articles at the bottom. Check out the articles. There's some good info there, and we'll see you next time.